Hello, everyone. My name is Bernadette Rudolph. I'm the Program Director at Cranaleith Spiritual Center in Philadelphia, PA. I'd like to invite you to a new kind of retreat that we're offering through Cranaleith. It's for folks who are a little too busy to get away for a retreat. Um, that can be for lots of different reasons, right? Too many responsibilities, children that need to be tended to, or someone that you're caregiving for. Could be just that your job doesn't give you that kind of freedom. And it could also be the pandemic, right? Many of us aren't comfortable coming out for a retreat. So we're going to bring the retreat to you. I'm going to lead it, and the theme for it is Undercurrents. We'll start on Saturday, May 1st with a brief get together in about an hour, and I'll go over what the format's going to look like, but also to give us a chance to begin in prayer and begin together. God can be found in the midst of us, as Matthew 18 tells us. And so we're going to gather and start that way. And then I'll give you a little something to do every day on a different aspect of this theme. You'll need to commit at least 10 minutes a day. Okay, not too bad. And you'll have some options to pick from. There'll be the central theme, and then there'll be some scripture, maybe some songs, maybe some poetry, maybe a passage from a spiritual writer that you can read to reflect on that topic and begin rolling around into it. If you'll pick the pieces that work for you and that appeal to you. If you have more time one day than another, you can pick a few more pieces. Or another option will be, there'll be reflection questions for you to carry with you through the day. And maybe you'll actually be able to take a chunk of time, 10 minutes maybe again, and pause and either journal or just think about with God. How that question is rolling around in your life and in your soul that day. And then we'll gather at a couple of check-in points. Monday evening, we'll gather again at 7 p.m. just for an hour to pray and share and talk about how things are going and learn from each other. That's always a great way to meet God and become more aware of God's presence. And then we'll come together again at the tail end of it, which is Thursday, May 6th at 7 p.m. So I invite you to come to that. I think this will be really fun, very fruitful, more so than fun, although hopefully there'll be some fun in there too. The theme is undercurrents, as I've said. And the reason that I chose that is because there are forces at work in the natural world, and they're at work in us and in our lives. And God is speaking to us in and through these forces. We're oftentimes very unaware of them, and yet they come up in our scriptures, in our moods, in our creativity, and even in our longings. So we'll take time with each one of these different undercurrents. I think they're particularly relevant, the ones that I've chosen in the May time, the beginning of May. And we'll try to meet the merciful God who's awaiting for us through and in those undercurrents. We'll start talking about gravity and what secures you. Then we'll take a look at migration and how mobility is guided for us. We'll look at cycles at work in our world. First of all, the whole cycle of repairing and renewing. And then secondly, the cycle of adapting to changing circumstances. Then we'll take a look at growth and how that's about responding to the light. And lastly, we'll end with darkness, that time when enough is enough and we draw things to a close. So I really hope you'll join me for this retreat. I'm super excited about it, and I'm thinking and praying that it will be a fruitful time for all of us. God bless you.